fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́. Ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n. Eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ, tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. AGI TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́. Ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n. Eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ, tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Àjànàkú kọjá mo rí nǹkan fèrè, bàbá rere káwí parí. AGI TV, we are the pace setter. Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.
Mo kí gbogbo ojú tó wò mí káàkiri ayé, mo kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí, mo kí wa papò dédé àsìkò yìí. Àsìkò bójú ọjọ́ ti rí ẹdẹ ọdún bí bóun ló ti rí lọ́dọ̀ tiyín. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ kú dédé àsìkò tẹ́yìn bá sáwà, gbogbo àsìkò yẹn náà mo fi kí yín. Ẹ wá kan fìdílé tàbí kẹ́ fìdílé kan kẹ́ jájọ jẹ gbádùn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ, ètò ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ lórí BGI TV Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n. A tó ti gbé dé ní bíbà lónìí, ó ń gbóná fẹlifẹli. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, lágbára Ọlọ́run ọba, ojú tẹ́ fi ń wò wá ojú náà ò ní fọ́, etí tẹ́ sì fi ń gbọ́ wa etí yìí náà kò ní di. Lágbára Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè ọba òkè. Aláwìyé Adébáyọ̀ Sàmúlẹ̀ ọmọ bàbá tíṣà lábẹ́kúta lèmi jẹ́ o, ẹni tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀. Lórí ìkànnì BGI TV Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n náà la wà, tá a ti dàbí ẹ̀dùn, tá a ti rọ̀ bí òwe lórí YouTube. Àmọ́ lórí Facebook à ń jẹ́ Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ with Aláwìyé Adébáyọ̀, lórí Instagram à ń jẹ́ Gbàgede Ìmọ̀ _22, lórí TikTok à ń jẹ́ Bàbá Gbàgede Ìmọ̀. Mi ò ní sọ ilé yádilé pẹ́ lónìí, mi ò ní bòpò lọ́lé olóró, mi ò ní fẹ́ kí n máa pàfin lóyìnbó fún yín. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé agbada sórí iná ká wo kí ni tá a fẹ́ yan lónìí. Oúnjẹ aládùn láṣẹ, gbogbo àná láṣẹ jọ jẹ. Lánàá ó ní mo lo ìkànnì tá a wà yìí láti bẹ gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà pa, láti bẹ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá aládé wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká rò dáadáa. Òyìnbó ní think before you leap. Ẹ jẹ́ àrò dáadáa ká tó gbé ìgbésẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, gbogbo àwọn tí à ń support àwọn tí wọ́n láwọn fẹ́ ṣe rally lórí pé ká fi against Tinubu àtijọba ẹ̀. Mo fi program yẹn pè wá ṣàkíyèsí lánàá. Inú mi sì dùn pé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń tẹ̀lé mi onílàákàyè òní wọn. Mi ò fẹ́ rẹ́nikẹ́ni tí mo lè sọ pé làákàyè ẹ̀sùn sẹ́yìn, àfàwọn tí wọ́n wá láti inú ibòmíì tí wọ́n wá ṣàyànjú ràn. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń tẹ̀lé mi lódodo ní tòótọ́ ẹni tó ní làákàyè ni wọ́n. Mo rí kọ́mẹ̀ntì ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. Ohun táwọn èèyàn kọ́mẹ̀ntì wọ́n fi yé mi wípé mẹ́sẹ̀jì mi was well delivered. Wọ́n gbọ́ mẹ́sẹ̀jì yẹn yí lánàá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn lónìí oríṣiríṣi àwọn resultant reactions kọ̀ọ̀kan mò ń rí lórí social media káàkiri. Kì í ṣe true tèmi o, bọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn èèyàn sọ àti báwọn èèyàn ṣe ń sọ. Ṣé ẹ rí Fúlàní? Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò tí gẹ́ẹ̀tì tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Because I couldn't imagine ọmọ Fúlàní ṣèjọba fọdún 8. Fúlàní ló kúrò ńbẹ̀ tọmọ South tó fi gbà á. South tó ṣe tán, Fúlàní tó bọ́ síbẹ̀ tó ni. Fúlàní sá ní Yar'Adua, ó kúrò ńbẹ̀, Goodluck bọ́ síbẹ̀. Goodluck kúrò ńbẹ̀, Fúlàní tó gbà Buhari, òun náà tiẹ̀ lọ́dún 8 tiẹ̀ pé. Nàìjíríà sì ṣe fewé mọ́, sì ṣe manage títí dáyé Goodluck Jonathan. But as soon as tí Goodluck kúrò ńbẹ̀, torí pé wọ́n ti ní plan tẹ́lẹ̀ síwájú kan tó gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ Goodluck. ṣé wọ́n kú fúlù gbogbo wa ni a tètè fura ojú tiwa náà lágbà yẹn. ìdí tójú ọdẹ fi là ní pé àwọn Fúlàní táwa mọ̀ tá à ń bá gbé ńgbà yẹn peaceful coexistence ló ń lọ láàrin wa àjọ ń ṣe nítùbínùbí ni so kò jẹ́ ká fura. gbogbo òyànjẹ tó ń ṣe fún wa a fọkàn sí kò sọ́kàn wa ń bẹ̀. kódà kó sọ ẹrú kódà kó ṣe ẹrú ta fowó wa rà lèèyàn lòun lòkulò. àwọn ìṣesí kan á máa rí lára ẹrú yẹn tí ó máa fi hàn wá wípé òun náà ń jà fitafita padà fighting back látara tá ìṣe fún tí ò tẹ́ lọ́rùn. ó lè má fi hàn dáadáa síta bẹ̀tẹ́ ẹ̀rí inú wẹ̀ wípé ń tá ìṣe fún yẹn ó níbi kan tó ti ń affect ẹ̀ tí ò tẹ́ lọ́rùn. kódà kó ṣe ẹrú téèyàn fowó rà ká tó wá sọ pé àwa tá a dọjọ́ mọ́ ọ̀lù tá a jọ ní ẹ̀tọ́ ní Nàìjíríà káwọn kan wá dé from nowhere kí wọ́n wá sọ àwọn adẹrú kọ́ sọ àwọn dọ̀gálé wa lórí. kò sọ pé èèyàn react kò wá ṣe é gbọ́ wípé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n lo àsìkò wọ́n lò kò sí wàhálà kó wá já wọn ní Yorùbá jàjàbọ̀ síbẹ̀ mo fẹ́ ní for the first time in the history of Nigeria tó jọjú lówó Yorùbá tí kì í ṣàdàdà mọ̀dì tí ìṣàlámà àmúlùmálà tó jẹ́ Yorùbá sàn àtìyá àti bàbá tó jẹ́ Yorùbá first time ni tí Yorùbá máa ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ táà náà máa la pàṣẹ Nàìjíríà ṣó wá tọ́ sí Fúlàní kí wọ́n wá jókòó kan wá organize rally kí Yorùbá náà máa wá bá wọn pọ́n lákìsà ká máa pọ́n jẹ̀bẹ̀ lákìsà ṣó tọ́ sí wa. ohun tí mò ń pè wá sí lánàá nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n mo ti wá rí oríṣiríṣi resultant effect mo ti rí oríṣiríṣi reactions wọ́n ṣe é mi o bọ̀ mo ń rí lórí social media tó jẹ́jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ló lead páàkì yẹn pé kò sọ̀rọ̀ sẹ́ àǹtí mi kan wà lórí social media mo mà nífẹ̀ẹ́ woman yìí o bọ́sẹ̀ rí nígbà míì tí nǹkan bá ń káyàn lára téèyàn ò bá ṣe sùúrù kó rò dáadáa tó bá react nígbà tí nǹkan yẹn bá lọlẹ̀ reaction wa lè ti bà many things jẹ́ tá à ní mọ̀. ó ṣe ń pa àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá pé ẹ jẹ́ á ṣe sùúrù. ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ogun lèèyàn ọmọ èèyàn kan kì í mọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn ogun. ṣe rí plan protest tó ń bọ̀ wájú yìí àwa Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe ọpọlọ wálẹ̀ tó pọ̀. àkọ́kọ́ náà ìbéèrè mi ni pé eré kí lajá bẹ́ kò ṣe. Fúlàní ṣe máa organize program táwa Yorùbá máa embrace ẹ̀ and program yẹn is not for the forward of this country but to jeopardize the current president the current administration táwọn dẹ̀ ti lọ́dún mẹ́jọ tí wọ́n lọ. n tí mo fànà béèrè trout tí mi rẹ̀ ní dá mi lóhùn nìyẹn pé àwọn northerners tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí níbo ni wọ́n wà nígbà tọ́mọ ìyá tí wọ́n dayé rú. ṣé ẹ ti rí báwa Yorùbá ṣe rí? àwa ò gbàgbàkúgbà a rí default ọmọ ìyá wa ẹ bí Yorùbá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ but Fúlàní máa fọwọ́ bora wọn lórí kú ni àwọn kì í sọ̀rọ̀. oṣù bí oṣù pa ọ̀rọ̀ eégún lọ̀rọ̀ wọn wọ́n á fọwọ́ gbàlẹ̀ jí ni. ṣùgbọ́n Yorùbá ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ làwa máa kọ́ àwọn ò láìkì ìwọ̀sí. now lánàá agbé woman kan wá sí bíbáyìí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ni mo rí comment wọn pé Bàbá Gbàgede ìtẹ́ tó gbé wá ìtúgbomi lójú wa o. ní 2 weeks ago agbé woman kan wá náà again. ṣé n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn obìnrin méjèèjì yìí ṣó ṣe é gbọ́? ṣó yẹ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ gbà tá a wà ní western region tí yóò bá dá dúró ni àkọ́kọ́ náà woman tó wá síbí lánàá yẹn ò ní wá kò ní wá fáwọn tábà wo fídíò àná kò lè yé yín tí mò ń sọ yìí obìnrin tẹ̀ wò lórí screen ó gbé ọmọ ẹ̀ wá ọmọ yẹn ní ihò kan wà nínú àti ọmọ yẹn ọkàn tó ọmọ yẹn fi mí tọmọ àkókò ọmọ February náà bí wọ́n náà máa lọ ṣe operation ní India wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ná ṣe 15 million lọ 15 million tó máa lọ fi treat ọmọ yẹn kọ́mọ yẹn bàbá kú tó bá jẹ́ láyé ìgbà t'Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe free education free health service ni gbogbo orú nǹkan ti wà prepared lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ síbẹ̀ hospitals kiri but àwọn hospitals wà tá a nílé ni they are nothing but death zone lè lólóṣèlú kan káìsàn tó serious ṣe kó wá lóun tó Nàìjíríà gba treatment rárá wọn sá lọ abroad ni they are telling us that they don't have confidence in our health system in Nigeria. Fulani ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fọdún mẹ́jọ nobody came out and criticized him advantage tá a máa rí tá a bá dé Yorùbá nation lè rí yẹn a ti ṣe rí ṣe rí ká ní pé à ṣe rí ni ìbá má máa ké mi lára kódà bàbá máa bá wọn promote ẹ̀ torí èèyàn ò ní mọ kí ni ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ àmọ́ tá a wá ti ṣe rí tó jẹ́ pé ayé rójú ìlú tòrò ni gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbádùn bí ìrànú ṣúgà ni mi wà ní tírìmù fúnrú ayé yẹn kó tó padà wá ó ti tọ́tọ́ kí n tírìmù fún un torí ó ti ń tọ́ gbà táwà dáyé ṣùgbọ́n bàbá ralẹ̀ tá a bá yẹn mùdùmùdù ni lọ́dọ̀ tèmi tó bá lè jẹ́ ralẹ̀ làwà tún bá yẹn pẹ̀lú dùnú tá a rí yẹn tó bá jẹ́ ralẹ̀ ni yẹn kì í ṣọ́ọ̀rì jìnnà mọ́ kákúkú má kódà kó ṣe ralẹ̀ yẹn náà là ń rí èmi ìsìkì general hospital ló ń jẹ́ sìn ní Ìjàyè gbogbo tí mo gbà gbogbo treatment tí mo gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ I am talking of 77 gbogbo treatment tó fún mi ní general free ni wọ́n á tún fún mi ní tí máa tún máa jẹ nígbà tí hospital á tún máa fún mi ní nǹkan jẹ ebi kí n jẹ donut jẹ kí n nìkan lẹ́yìn yẹn wọ́n á máa mu minerals àwọn gúdígúdí gbogbo nǹkan náà máa kó sínú báàgì mi ọmọdé débi pé ẹ̀mí mi á tún máa fà sí láti wá gba next treatment ìmílẹ́rì tí máa ń bí dádì mi ìjọ ìlà tí ń lọ sí hospital torí pé ìjẹkújẹ tán máa kó fún mi kódà lọ hospital lẹ́nìí káàdì tẹ máa gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ owó kékeré lẹ́fì gbà ní ìgbà t'Awólọ́wọ̀ tí ó ṣe premier western region ẹ wo gbogbo tó tilẹ̀ Yorùbá pa ìyẹn lẹ̀rú ń bà èmi pé ṣé plan protest yóò ní disturb wa láti jẹ irú àǹfààní yẹn a lot gbogbo àwọn tó ń tako western region tó ń tako kí Yorùbá dá dúró wọn ò mọ táwọn ń tako wọn ò mọ túmọ̀ ẹ̀ rárá kò yé wọn gbogbo ìyàtọ̀ àpapọ̀ máa jẹ ètò dànkó yìí ọ̀fẹ́ láwọn ò bá máa jẹ́ àwọn ò bá máa gbádùn ni I'm telling you the real fact kí ló kàn wá gbogbo tá a jẹ tá a mu dọjọ́ kú lọ́lọ́ ti kó fáwa Yorùbá ẹ̀yin náà gbójú wo lu Nàìjíríà ẹ wo wo lọ́lọ́ dá wọn lóhùn jù region wo practically kájọ sọ economically kájọ sọ region wo lọ́lọ́ dá lọ́lá jù ẹ rí pé western region wà yìí ni tí east bá fọwọ́ mépo wọn and south tó bá fọwọ́ mépo wọn gbogbo nǹkan tó kù pátálà ní south west topography wa dá òjò rọ̀ lásìkò òrùn rọ̀ lásìkò soil profile wa the best ẹ lọ sí north kẹ́ lọ wo agriculture to practice irrigation farming náà ṣe irrigation agriculture náà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nílẹ̀ tí wá ń bí lọ́dún kan wọ́n gbin oko ráìsì lọ́dọ̀ lábúlé mọ́mì wa omi òjà gbádùn omi lúte ráìsì yẹn báyìí ráìsì dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ sómi omi lúte ráìsì yẹn níbi tí ilẹ̀ ti wá tó jẹ́ pé ó ní omi dé ilẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní north kò sí omi desert ni náà ṣe nídìí kan ṣe irrigation yóò bàbá dá dúró àǹfààní tá a máa jẹ́ ti pọ̀ jù ayé ìgbà kan náà máa ń query ẹ̀yin bẹ́ẹ̀ la máa dájú kí la fẹ́ jẹ kí la fẹ́ mu ṣé ẹ lè pa ní nǹkan á ní more than enough resources wà more than enough ẹni tó wá dùn mí ni pé ṣé láwọn tí wọ́n bàlú ìjẹ́ gangan tẹ́ ẹ̀ rí yẹn o àwọn tó bà nàìjíríà ìjẹ́ wàláhì àwọn tó ń jàǹfààní nàìjíríà ni nígbà tí wọ́n wà lọ́dọ̀ most of them free education no fi law school free gbogbo tó ń lò absolutely free púpọ̀ nínú wọn ló jẹ́ pé tó bá kúrò ní government school tí wọ́n lọ wọ́n á tún máa sanwó mọ́tò fún wọn padà sílé wọn tó bá vacate wọ́n tún gbowó mọ́tò padà sílé wọn àwọn ni wọ́n fi ayé ní àwọn ọmọléèwé lára lénìí ní nàìjíríà dẹni tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo léèwé public schools àfi káwọn ọmọ lọ fi orí ru àga lọ school kóbì lọ máa fowó kọtíà nígbàtí nàìjíríà nígbàtí yorùbá dá wà ní western region kò sí ní tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ti máa ráwọn sí àyẹn mẹ́ta báyìí ni ihò tí wọ́n ń kí fatin pen sí láyé àtijọ́ ihò yẹn wọ́n sì ń dá sórí àwọn tébù yẹn gbà táwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ léèwé ẹ̀rí ihò yẹn mẹ́ta báyìí náà máa dá sí àyè èèyàn mẹ́ta sí àná gbọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ẹ̀rí wọ́n ti kọ́ sí free education wọ́n ti máa kọ́ síbẹ̀ free education pọ́mọléèwé kan wá lọ school ó wà rí sí àjókòó kì í ṣayé free education tó dáwà sí ìgbà díẹ̀díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n èdà wá pọ̀ wọ́n ètò wá ti dàkúdà báyìí ṣùgbọ́n gbàdá ládàlú ẹ̀wà tí lúrú dàmọ̀ tapọ̀ mọ́ ṣàpà ẹ̀rù bí abára wà dé àwa yorùbá ibi ṣe bí yorùbá sọ pé ibi tá à ń lọ la máa ń fókọ̀sì ni ibi tá à ń lọ ló yẹ ká dojúkọ straight ká má wọ̀ tó ká má wò sí ọba protest ọba we are less concerned bí yàbá jẹ wá lóòótọ́ tẹ́bi ń pa wá á ti mọ̀ pé fúngbà díẹ̀ ni ibi táwa ń lọ ni káwa face ibi tá à ń lọ ni ká focus ká má tún lọ bá wọn fọwọ́ ara wa fa wàhálà kóbá má jalè wa lórí yorùbá ló máa jìyà ẹ̀jọ́ a lè má mọ̀ ẹ lọ wọ SARS ìran wo ló jìyà SARS ṣé kò nìkan ni SARS wà ní ẹ lọ bí ìjọba Èkó gbà yẹn wípé kí ni wọ́n lose wọ́n lọ́lẹ̀ Yíbò lọ destroy property o kán láwọn ṣe SARS wọ́n lọ́lẹ̀ Haúsá lọ destroy property o kán láwọn ṣe SARS south ò feel impact SARS o kí ló fi tàwọn wo ìran Yorùbá ló filẹ̀ the so-called organized protest tó fẹ́ ṣe ẹ má wòran tó máa filẹ̀ jù yẹn lèmi ń pe Yorùbá sí ká jókòó ká ronú ara wa ká bára wa sòdodo ọ̀rọ̀ oyin tó ta wá àtàpàkọ́ o àtàlà ni iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe wa tàṣẹ́kù kọ́ kì í ṣe tàṣẹ́kù àṣẹ là ni a níbi tá à ń lọ a ní focus a ní target wa ní káwa focus a ní sẹ́mu tó ń tó sọ ẹ wọ́n woman tó wá lánàá yẹn she has no business in begging from people ẹjọ́ ẹ ṣàánú tó ń jẹ́ pé lóòótọ́ lọ́mọ ẹ̀ wá confam pé lè ní hó ní àtẹ̀ bí wọn ọ̀bá lè ṣe ń bí láyé ìgbà yẹn they will call for expatriates tí wọ́n máa wá bá ọmọ yẹn ṣe operation yẹn free tí ìyẹn ò ní dààmú kiri rárá kódà hospital ni wọ́n ti máa discover ni wọ́n ti máa detect tó ṣọmọ yẹn then in the course of antenatal ni wọ́n tiẹ̀ ti máa take care nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún fóbìnrin yẹn as soon as pé ó bí ọmọ yẹn tó gba mú báyìí wọ́n discover kan wọ́n ní discharge ẹ̀ nígbà tí ò sì bẹ̀rù wípé owó hospital lékún. No, she pays no dime. Ìjọba ti san, ìjọba Western Region ti san gbà yẹn. Àwọn tó ń bọ́ máa jẹ nínú oyún manufacturing ò ní sí fọ́mọ, ọmọ ò ní kò ní deform, ọmọ máa form normal ni because ìyá ń jẹ bẹ̀ka. Ṣé àwọn aláboyún wá tiẹ̀ tí ìrówó lọ fún antenatal sí débi pé wọ́n á tún gba nǹkan bọ̀ láti hospital for what? Government hospital kò sóògùn kò sí kinní kan ló máa gbọ́. Wọ́n bá ṣe operation lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nìí inú àlọ́tẹ̀ ẹ̀mẹjọ ẹni wọ́n ṣe operation fún ẹ̀mí àti lọ láti fẹ̀mí ṣòfò àìmọye ní kú bẹ́ẹ̀ dànù. Ṣebí gbà di wọn Nàìjíríà ní gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa. Irú woman tó wá tọrọ owó bí lánàá yẹn fọ́mọ ẹ̀ ó ti dọmọ ìjọba ló máa take care ọmọ yẹn láyé ìgbà yẹn. Irú gbèsè ayé yẹn là ń sọ pé ká padà sí. Nobody wants to break this country. No, we want to break even because at the test theory we want to go back to such luxury. Irú gbèsè ayé ìdùnnú yẹn ni Yorùbá fẹ́ padà sí. Àti ṣe rí bó bá máa fún Bọ́lá lóògùn lò á ní ṣó ti lórí á ti lo oògùn yẹn rí á dẹ̀ rí pé kì í ṣoògùn tó korò. UCH nìyẹn ń bẹ̀ lénìí. UI lẹ̀ ń wò yẹn. Ẹ lọ wo Cocoa House, ẹ wo Leventis United, ẹ wo àwọn nǹkan tí Oòduà investment ṣe ń gbà náà. National Bank wọ́n ti dàwó àǹgbò ti di tajá tẹran. Gbogbo mo ti ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ rúmọ̀ mi mọ̀ bóyá òótọ́ ni mi confirm ẹ o. Mo gbọ́ pé Northern ní chairman Oòduà investment company ní sí old. Nǹkan ti ṣe Yorùbá. I need láti jókòó ká tún brain wa set. This is what we are calling ourselves for. Kì í ṣe pé bóyá torí pé kéèyàn kan jẹ́ tọ́ọ̀gà ọkàn fi dàlúrú. No. Bọ́sẹ̀ rí pọ́nmọ́ bàbá tán àbárọ̀bá, àrọ̀bá ní bàbá àtàn. Ìwọ̀n bá tèmi bá o, mo mọ̀ pé dùnú wà bẹ́ o. Àbúrò mi méjì ni wọ́n bí lójú mi tí mo ti gbọ́njú dáadáa. Mo mọ̀ tọ́kọ́ fún ìyá mi bọ̀. In fact nílé wa, àwọn àpótí àgé ayé àtijọ́ yẹn, àwọn kiri tó máa ń fi páànù ṣe yẹn, bẹ̀m̀bẹ́ àmìíràn pè látijọ́. Odindi ńlá kan báyìí ni mọ́ mi wá ní. Gbogbo ẹ̀ bó ṣe kú tó yàtọ̀ fún taṣọ ọmọ mi wa, gbogbo ẹ̀ bó ṣe kú tó aṣọ ọmọ ló wà bẹ̀, àwa la pín mọ́ra wa lọ́wọ́. Àwọn tó wẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ẹ mọ̀ pé táwẹ̀ lélẹ̀, táwẹ̀ tó fi tọ́kan ó máa tún tuntun síbẹ̀ tọ́ kejì, ṣùgbọ́n wá tún fún wọn tẹ́ bá tó lóyún kejì. Láìfù yẹn là ń sọ sẹ́ẹ̀, láìfù yẹn la ní ká padà sí. Láìfù yẹn la aspire láti padà sí. That is the meaning of Yoruba nation. Or at worst, ìtìjọba náà tí wọ́n tó ń propose pé at worst okay fún wa ní Western region, no problem. But Western region that has no clause, that compulsorily you cannot go, no. Western region that will put the clause there that anytime you tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti ṣe mọ́ ẹ máa lọ. Irú ẹ̀ la fẹ́. Ìyẹn ni Western region yẹn lè fi wọlé, or regional government yẹn lè fi wọlé. But anytime tẹ́ bá ti ṣe tán àti lọ o, ẹ free láti lọ, free exit. Tó bá ti ní clause yẹn nú, you are welcome, at least first step. And the exit must be possible ever before Fulani tó dé. Torí ẹ má jẹ́ kí n tàn Yorùbá, ó mà ṣe o. A lè má mọ̀ the efficacy of having Yoruba government at the top. We might not know now. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Fulani padà dé. We know the importance tí Fulani bá padà dé. There are some things ẹ má jẹ́ kí káwọn èèyàn má máa wò pé ó tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbèjà Tinubu. No. But èmi sọ fún wa pé irú tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí woman ẹ̀ lánàá, when I got home mo jókòó mo rò dáadáa. In fact ìkan náà staff mi ń bí ló ti ń sọ fún mi pé ṣó yẹ kí irú woman yìí kó máa dààmú kiri báyìí tó bá jẹ́ ìlú dáa. mo gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn mi fèsì gbà tí wọ́n á délé mo wá jókòó mo wá ro brain mi nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá àwọn ọmọ ẹlẹ́ran awádẹ tó jẹgun àwọn ọmọ aláṣọ awádẹ tó wà kìsà àwa tó jẹ́ kó dídí agbami òkun ló wà lọ́dọ̀ wa tẹ́lẹ̀ awádẹ tó ń tọrọ ìbùlẹ̀ mú níjọ́ wo Yorùbá fẹ́ bọ́nú ẹ̀ bí Awólọ́wọ̀ bá wẹ̀yìn ni ká ló lọ ń fún láǹfààní láti wẹ̀yìn kó wo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sílẹ̀ Yorùbá a máa sunkún bí tó bá wà ní àbí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kọ́ náà ń dà rìbòrìbò báyìí iṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tóun ṣe ń gbà yẹn rèé tá a lówó débi pé àmọ́ tá a tún lè fowó ṣe mọ́ gbà tá a ti kọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ ká kọ́ tán àtúbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yá Nàìjíríà lówó external reserve wájú external reserve Nàìjíríà lọ ẹ̀yin bàbá mi tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ tọ́lẹ̀ wò mí yìí tí n bá parọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ sí comment Nàìjíríà ní 50 billion 50 million Western region ní 55 million aside àwa Western region nìkan ní 55 million gbogbo Nàìjíríà ṣe òtún gbogbo adáwó sí ní 50 million 50 million wọ́n débi kan tó ń yáwó lọ́wọ́ Western region tí ò bá sí àwa Western region Nàìjíríà ṣùgbọ́n máa mọ̀ tó ń pè tẹlifíṣàn bóyá àbámá ti mọ̀ dì sí ẹ wo free education in the whole Nigeria ẹ tó kọ́ ṣe ní Western region ìlera ọ̀fẹ́ kódà gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni òbí fi kọrin láyé ìgbà ẹ̀ ètò ìlera ọ̀fẹ́ free health services ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀fẹ́ free education Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe fún wa ń gbà ẹ̀ àmọ́ níbo la ń lọ bó láti bára wa ọmọ Yorùbá nídìí láti ronú o ká jókòó báyìí ká pera wa wọlé ká bára wa sòdodo ọ̀rọ̀ ká ní ọ̀lù kan wà ní tó lè gba gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá both home and abroad kárẹ́ nìkan tí ó dìde tí ó bá gbogbo wa sòdodo ọ̀rọ̀ kán pè wá níbi kán pe ẹlẹ́dàá wa níbi tẹ́lẹ́dàá wa wà kán tọpọ lórí wa ká gbọ́ ṣé ń gbà tá a wà bá tá a dá wà ṣe bá a ṣe rírì báwọn tó kù bá ń pariwo ó yẹ kọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá máa jẹun tán ká máa fi toothpick táyé ni níbi tọ́lọ́ fún wa dé ṣé tọrọ tí ò sí ni àbí tilẹ̀ tí ò sí gbogbo nǹkan wa ní the best òjò wa ní the best oòrùn wa ní the best ilẹ̀ wa ní the best everything tọ́lọ́ fáwa Yorùbá the best ni kálọ́lọ́ ń fẹ́ nílùú kálọ́lọ́ ń jáwé èèyàn tó nílùú wàláhì ọmọ Yorùbá ní ìbàjẹ́ bí tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa dé àmọ́ kọ́kọ́rọ́ kan ba ẹyin ajá jẹ́ kọ́kọ́rọ́ náà ni pé kò sífẹ̀ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ nù wá a ní plan rárá fún gbèsè ayé wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá a nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wa rárá kí dẹ̀ ló fà àjẹbánu bàbá tó rí jẹ́ńbì kan báyà kí ẹ̀ tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ bàbá tó ń jẹun tó ń ta gbogbo ọmọ ẹ̀ síta torí oúnjẹ tán fún jẹ nígbà oúnjẹ yẹn bá tán kó lọ pa ọmọ ẹ̀ ránṣẹ́ àti kó oúnjẹ tó ń jẹ ẹ̀sìn ṣó mọ irú oúnjẹ tó máa fún oúnjẹ lọ́la. We have to guide this nation, Yoruba nation. We have to guide it judiciously. Ká lè já sí èbúté ayọ̀. Bọ́mọ wa bá wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tóun náà ń bá wọn dáyé o. Kí ló ṣe táwọn àgbààgbà ò kóra wọn jọ kí wọ́n lọ bá? Kí ló ṣe táwọn náà fẹ́ máa ẹ̀kọ́ léje tí Fúlàní fẹ́ dálẹ̀? Àwọn iṣẹ́ tí wọ́n pẹ̀lú èròǹgbà ọ̀tọ̀. Tó bá sọ fún yín pé because there is hardship in the land that is why irọ́ ní o hardship kan o wọ́n wọ́nà láti gbàjọba àtọ́kọ̀ kí wọ́n máa jọba lọ ihun káwọn la wọ́n lè imagine káwọn lódìdí ọdún mẹ́jọ káwọn má sí níjọba kò tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn kó sàjà wọn. That is why you see every one of them criticizing the government of the day always. wọ́n wá tún instigate àwọn atakù ká náà lè máa takù ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú Yorùbá. Mo sọ lánàá pé bẹ̀rẹ̀ ogun lẹ́nu lámọ̀ àmọ́ gbẹ̀yìn ogun, kò sẹ́ni tó lè sọ pé bí báyìí lógun máa já sí. Nígbà míì ẹ̀ tó rò pé òun ó kẹrù wọn á kóhun náà lẹ́rù. Kò ṣeé ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Balógun Òkè Ọ̀hún wọ́n kó lẹ́rú, wọ́n kó àwọn ọmọ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ lẹ́rú. Ó ṣe ẹrú tẹ́ ikú ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ Balógun ibìkan ni. Ìyẹn ni mò ń pè wá fún lánàá. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà tí ó tọ́ sọ́mọ Yorùbá láti máa sọ. Bọ́rọ̀ bá tiẹ̀ wà rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ má jà fẹ́ fúnra ara wa báyìí fáyé rí. Ibi táwa ń lọ ni ká focus. Níbo là ń lọ? Ilẹ̀ ìlérí tí Yorùbá lọ. Ibẹ̀ làwa ń lọ, lèmi ń lọ. Mi ìmọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí sá, mi ìmọ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí máa o. Bẹ̀bí táwa ń lọ nìyẹn. Nínú last week, bóyá Saturday, mo fi hàn wá láti bàbá bá jákè tó yà táwọn ẹmẹ̀wà ẹ̀ ti ṣe ibi tí wọ́n bọ́ ṣe rìn jìnnà sí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation. Ṣé wá yẹ ká fi protest ìjọ kan bá gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀? Ẹ̀rù ń bà mí gan, mi gbọ́dọ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò mí tàn yín o, ẹ̀rù ń bà mí gidi. Ṣé wàhálà Yorùbá ò ní já sásán báyìí? Tí Fúlàní dẹ́fẹ̀ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn, kó dogun, káwọn foreigners kan dá sí i, kó lógun lè ráyè gbàjọba parí, wàhálà dé. Ẹnìkan sọ fún mi nínú kọ́mẹ́ǹtì lánàá, bàbá Gbàgede ẹgbẹ́ kó ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀bọ́lẹ̀ ń bẹ̀, kó lógun kan kò lè gbàjọba Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ibi tó ti gbá yẹ kí náà ṣe sí. UN máa dá sí. UN mélòó? Ṣé UN ò sí láyé ni? Ìbọn gbàjọba ní Burkina Faso. UN ò sí láyé, ńgbọ̀gbà tó gbàjọba Chad, tí wọ́n gbàjọba ní Sudan. US ò sí láyé, UN ò sí láyé. Bó tiẹ̀ ti wò jẹ́ pé francophone countries ni wọ́n, ṣáwọn táwọn sọ yóò sínú United Nations. Kí ni UN ṣe sí? Ó pa wọ́n láṣẹ kan lọ fìjọba lé àbí nílùú wọn. Mi ò ní tí UN lè ṣe sí rí àyẹ̀. Akáláṣe wọ́n lè sí, wọ́n lè nìkan má ṣe international business, àwọn ò bá wọn nọ́mọ́ ó tán. That's the sanction they can give to them. And mákìlú tára tí inú aráàlú bá dùn sí, kò sí tẹ́lifọ̀dì lè ṣe. So my fear is that plot tí Fúlàní ń ṣe ní gbogbo ìgbà, bí wọ́n ṣe máa gbàjọba padà ni wọ́n ń ṣe. Gbígbàjọba Fúlàní lásìkò ìkẹyìn kò lè pé àwa Yorùbá o. Torí gbogbo ìgbádùn tí mo rántí yẹn, ojoojúmọ́ ló máa ń gbẹ mí ló gbẹ bí kí n jẹrú, kí ká ti máa jẹrú gbádùn yẹn. Irú woman yẹn sì, she doesn't need to be contributed for. Why? Ẹnu kan ti kódà wá ti treat ọmọ ẹ̀ta nìgbọ́ láti fẹ́ everyday ni. Ọmọ yẹn bá ti wà òkè. Tọ́ bá ṣí aṣọ kúrò lára ọmọ yẹn lánàá fún yín tẹ́ bá rí. Ìgbàyọ̀ ọmọ yẹn ti ga tó yìí, ọmọ kékeré, ọmọ òkókó. Lára ṣe ní lánàá gbà tó jókòó síbí yẹn. Tẹ́ bá rí mímí ọmọ yẹn, mímí yẹn ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀. The oscillation is just too much, too fast. Láàrin 1 minute. Pendulum heart ẹ̀ bó ṣe ń lù, bó ṣe ń swing, á tó 300 oscillations láàrin 1 minute. Níbi tí mímí yẹn fast dé. Mo rí ọmọ yẹn, ẹ̀rù ń bà mí ṣùgbọ́n mi lè sọ fún ìyá ẹ̀ pé ẹ̀rù ń bà mí. Kọ́ ló bá wa la ọmọ yẹn ni. Ẹ jẹ́ fàsìkò ìdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fún wa lówó fún ọmọ yẹn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fún wa lówó ẹ ṣé. Ó kéré tán mo ti rí close to 800,000 mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹni bíi méjì fún wa ní 100,000 nú ẹ̀. 20,000 30,000 ló pọ̀. Mo ti ń ka bí almost 800,000 sí àti ń wọ̀ lọ. Ó bá ti ń pé wọ́n mílíọ̀nù, bá ṣe pé 1 million máa transfer sí woman ẹ̀. Ṣó wá yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀? Ṣó yẹ kó di ta máa dáwó fúnra wa? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà diaspora tàwa Nàìjíríà ṣé ètò sú wa ni? Solution sí ń tà ń ṣe yìí, solution sí dídáwó yìí ó ní kí Yorùbá dá wà. Káwa náà tún padà sẹ́ sí àárọ̀ gbogbo bí gbogbo nǹkan tí bàbá wa Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe yẹ ká padà lọ síwèé kan ká dẹ̀ wá wo lóòótọ́ bíi ti bàbá wa Awólọ́wọ̀ kí wọ́n ká fi fọ́n ṣo lórí kọ́ tún wá bẹ̀ sí ní dábí ẹnu kọ́ máa rọ̀ bí òwe káwọn èèyàn máa wá garun owó lẹ Yorùbá báyìí àwa la mọ orúkọ tá a máa sọ kọ́ńtì yẹn kọ́ máa garun owó kọ́ńtì yẹn báyìí pé nígbà tí Germany wà ní Western Germany Eastern Germany Eastern Germany máa ń garun owó Western Germany ní gbogbo nǹkan láyé Western Germany ló lead bí Western Nigeria ṣe máa lead tó gbogbo àwọn tó kù náà inshallah anything láyé o Western Germany ní sport Western Germany kìíní kan Western Germany ọtí tán papọ̀ padà tó di Germany but Eastern Germany mọ̀ pé gbọ́ Western Germany kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ kó tó di pé wọ́n dà wá pọ̀ padà wọ́n sọ wá di state wọ́n bẹjú wo Western region ni àníbẹ̀rù yẹn ló fà táwọn òyìnbó òfin jẹ́ káwọ́ do lórí wọ́n mọ̀ pé lẹ́yìn tá a bá gbéjọba fún lẹ́ni tí ṣèlú tó báyìí wọ́n dẹ̀ rọpò Ọlọ́run máa yàn fún wa kódà tí Yorùbá bá dájú Ọlọ́run á yan àwọn tó máa jó lórí olóòótọ́ Ọlọ́run á yàn fún wa èèyàn bí Ìgbòho tá a mọ̀ pé eléyìí no going back eléyìí dúró tán fún sídìí òdodo ni irú àwọn bí Ọlọ́run á yàn wọ́n fún wa tó máa kó wa jẹ táwa ló máa rí wọn ìgbádùn tèmi ń sọ pé ó yẹ ká fi máa gbá nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n má jẹ́ kí n tàn yín with one Nàìjíríà láyé àlégbádùn rú ẹ̀ torí pé kì í ṣàwa nìkan kódà kọ́ ọmọ wa wà ń bẹ̀ kò lè síyàtọ̀ ní ò ṣe síyàtọ̀ sìn torí pé kì í ṣe torí wa nìkan ló ṣe jẹ́ president gbogbo Nàìjíríà ni tàbá wa lọ ní president tiwa láàrin ara wa ń kọ́ tójọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ni president ilẹ̀ Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni bí ìgbà tí Awólọ́wọ̀ jẹ́ president ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹwù tuntun pa agbọ́mọ kiri tọrọ owó àwọn agbọ́n lọ tọrọ owó fún health wa kò ní sí yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ torí pé sẹ́ńtà tá a ti tẹ́kì ara wa ti wà technology ò tẹ̀ develop tó báyìí gbà yẹn technology ti develop sí so fọ pé Yorùbá dá dúró a tún máa gbádùn ju ìgbà yẹn lọ ní inshallah a tún máa gbádùn jù gbà yẹn lọ torí pé ojú ti là gan ju ti yẹn gbà yẹn lọ ó gbà yẹn wọ́n ṣe máa set àwọn panel tó máa lọ negotiate pẹ̀lú cocoa merchant tó ṣe máa ra cocoa wa kò sí irú ẹ̀ mọ́ sí online everything online láti máa program everything tó dẹ̀ máa wà bẹ̀ tí máa wà ní charge so product wa ń dé báyìí ó get out ní wọ́n dẹ̀ wáyà owó yẹn sákàǹtì Western region straight kẹ́tọ́ mọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Yorùbá nation agbóòrò tàyé máa wò pé ẹ gbọ́ torí pé Ọlọ́run ti ẹ̀dá wa àwa la ní sí lọ́dọ̀ ẹ mọye sí ta ní ẹ mọye òkun ta ní tó lè bá wa gbé ṣípù travel anywhere àtàwọn náà dẹ̀ tó lè fi kó nǹkan wọlé mélòó ló wà ní Haúsá mélòó ló wà ní south ní north east ní east except south west and south south àwa náà la ní àmà wa imported táwọn northern bá máa import ó ti dán fún wa sanwó fún wa fún Yorùbá nation pé a fẹ́ gbé nǹkan báyìí wọ country wa o ẹjọ́ èlò ni a gba tax lọ́wọ́ wọn gbogbo nǹkan tó ń gbà la máa gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn ta ló wá sọ pé Yorùbá ò ní jẹun ta ló sọ pé Yorùbá ò lè dàdúró ta ló sọ pé yà máa jẹlẹ Yorùbá ta ìdá òyà ò lè jẹ wá bọ̀ ká má fi sókínkín bàdíjẹ́ ká má fi sókínkín bàdíjẹ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn ò máa sọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ mo fẹ́ ká wo fídíò yìí sísítà mi yẹn kẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tán sọ ń bẹ̀ irú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká máa edit ẹ̀ ká tó sọ bọ́.
àmọ́ mo rí àánú rẹ̀ gbà dé tó ń kọ́ ó ti di APC. I don't join APC. I wan do party. Party! This guy, the Ankara for the party, welcome party. If they no welcome me, I don't welcome myself. I don't join APC. Baba Shabina APC. All my Baboko can be APC. So waiting remain. You know, say I know Kuku they tell you na lie. They say I sabi APC. I know Kuku deny. Say I know sabi APC. But now, me myself, I don't carry my two leg. I don't join APC. Surulere is my constituency. Baja consequency. I did it. Now, I don't join APC. You don't reach make I join APC. Since APC has decided that they want to use their hand to scatter this country, let us Kuku help them to scatter this country. Why are we laboring in vain? What is the point where we go? They go up and down, preaching to our children, raising our children's hope that this Nigeria will still be great. Study, education is important. Education is only the key to break poverty. Meanwhile, APC party, my Papa party, Jagaban, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu party, is giving criminals appointment. Please, I want to beg you, if you know that you are a criminal in this country, make you no hide again. Come out with your full shares. My father is giving them appointments. The method now is pay and packing. If you have money, you pay. They give you slots. Because, Baba Jagaban, if not that you people are shameless. Somebody who stole public food that was meant for the masses. During COVID, people were hungry. Politicians locked up these foods in warehouses. But this woman get effrontery. Ah, Macaulay Ole, show your face, yo. Ole, Macaulay thief. You stole what was for the public. You had the confidence and the full chest. You even brand them. You do paper bag. Hey, John Tori alone. What is APC encouraging? What is APC encouraging? Our youth. You people know that these children, they are struggling to break the chain of poverty. Then they TikTok, then they social media. They are struggling to earn a living. Government not give them employment. Government not give them free health. Government not give them insurance. Government not give them social welfare. And these children understand what it is to earn a good living. They are struggling to make a living. And our leaders are struggling to use criminality to prove a point. Make una know how they can come out. EFCC, if you arrest anybody again for criminals. Edu, Ali Macaulay, she stole COVID Indomie and branded it. And this government still has the effrontery, the full chest to give her appointment as NSTIF to go and monitor money. And it on jale, person way still, no be idiot. You know the funniest thing? About 2 years ago, we rose to this. See this picture? I was there like this. This arm robber there in front of me. He there in front of me. I see him with my two eyes like this. All around me look banjo, and I go say I no beat him that day. You know what they told us? They told us that they are not denying that she did not steal, but none of our constituency people came to report her because you people know that our children don't know the law. And history not even studied in school anymore. So our children, how many of them even understand how it works? But they understand that when they come out on social media to speak, they must be heard. They posted all these videos on social media. Baba Jagaban, Auntie Emi, First Lady, swear that you did not see it. All of you, swear that you did not see that this woman stole public funds. Now, they told us that because our constituency members did not come to report, me, just Adeton, and the ones of us that came to report, they couldn't do anything because it is not our constituency. They told us that if they act on behalf of our complaint, our constituency members can come back to tell them that she is not duly represented because she's the one representing Alimosho constituency. So Alimosho constituency people did not report, so therefore the government could not deal with the armed robber. But EFCC is running up and down. When they find people where they steal. What is the difference between Macaulay and the people you people are looking for? Let us stop deceiving ourselves. Baba Jagaban, what you are preaching is not what you are doing. So this government is about pay and packing. Should be there say somebody carry $550 million do campaign. He don't collect appointments. All the people with the appointment, people that are not qualified. That is why when they get there, all they do is they go and loot public funds. You are surrounded by people who are thieves and rogues. But in the name of the party, all they do is to sell slots, do all sorts of things. Because they have come here to make money. Whether Nigeria kuku scatter, whether Nigeria kuku spoil, you know concern them. Baba Jagaban, are you not ashamed that our people are still jackpying? People are still running away from their motherland because they cannot afford 3 square meal. Dollar and pounds, nothing, no hope for dollar and pounds. The medical system is crashing every day. A young child has just been killed. Yes, broad daylight in OU University due to medical negligence. Our youths are intending to commit suicide every day. The ones who are into criminality are increasing their energy and their power. What do you have for them? Rather, you put people who have no pedigree, no integrity, no trust. You put them in meaningful positions in this country. So the people who went to school, our young graduates who are well read and educated, where is a place for them? The party will not allow them to have a place. That same party destroyed this country and set us back years. And now the same party, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what you requested from God, and God gave you on the platter of gold to rebuild Nigeria, to refix Nigeria. This same you and your families in APC, your trusted allies that you built over the years, people are now in power, selling slots. If not, if I am wrong, bring out on what merit did Ali Macaulay become NISTF director, whatever you people put her there. People are not ashamed. Shabina, before I know the APC, una the verse say, I know the APC at the talk. I don't join them. So, announcement, yo. Our party, APC, is giving criminals slots. If you know you're a criminal, come out with your full shares. My father's government is encouraging them. Return better edu now. Bring better edu back. What is the essence of chasing better edu away? Let better edu and Ali Macaulay, let them come and compete. Who can steal public funds? Since this government is shameless, or people don't even have an idea of what you're supposed to do. Papa Jagaban, this was not the agreement. The agreement was for you to bring people who can work, people who can revamp this economy, people who can give Nigeria hope, people who can give Nigeria strength, people who can give our youth hope and let them believe and still have faith in their motherland. No, this government is about a cabal of rich people who can buy slots, who get money passed to donate, who get money passed to fund the election. Now them when they compensate. So what is left? Come out with your full chest. Nothing do all of you now. If EFCC or you DM me, I go come meet you for EFCC. Let EFCC all the criminals first. Now, let me shock people. You see this same Ali Macaulay, she was the same person who said it on social media that our youths are into drugs. Now when they take drugs, that is when they come to social media to see all sort of rubbish and nonsense. That's the same person that has been giving NSITF, Abikiri, what did they call it? Slot to go and manage funds. Do you know what NSITF is? Whatever. Do you know what it is? Where different companies must put a specific amount of money. First Lady of Federal Republic of Nigeria, leave agriculture and begin to check the people that are in your husband's cabinet. What? Me, I don't join APC. If they don't celebrate me, I go welcome myself to the party. So if you are a criminal, don't be ashamed again. There's no point we going up and down again and preaching hope and unity in this country anymore. There's no point we telling our youth to go and read. Education is important because obviously all the education now, now people will sabi crime pass, people will sabi steal pass, people will get confidence that nothing will happen. Now then the government now. So my fellow youth, please, any crime that you are doing, stop hiding your face. Come out. My father's government is encouraging them. It's encouraging them. If you can put Ali Macaulay, ole, COVID, Indomie, you brand it, and they still gave you appointment. Please come out. Let us stop hiding anymore. If you're a criminal, come out with your full shares. Come with your full shares. Why? APC is hiring, and it is called pay and parking. It is either you mobilize election or you have money to buy appointment slot.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ padà. Ẹ kúkú ti máa dé tó ń kò ní fi kan pé méjì. Yes, it's good. She has spoken very well. Me against her. But n tí mò ń sọ ni pé ìjọba tó wà lóde yìí gbogbo tádé tó ń sọ yìí fault government of the day ó lélẹ̀ kì í ṣe in tó lè affect ìran tiwa ohun tó sọ̀rọ̀ níbi tó jọ dì sí she's part of them. They know themselves. But despite that fact, criticism táwọn máa ṣe, let it be constructive one, like she did. Her criticism is very constructive. Ẹni pé nǹkan tó ń bínú sí appointment ni, that a square hole, a round peg is put in a square hole, that ẹni tí ò fit position kan náà fi sí, ìyẹn ò tí nìkan gbàjọba lọ́wọ́ ìjọba, bọ̀ káwọn kan wá dìde kọ́ máa pariwo pé a máa protest ní a máa dájọba rú ní a máa ṣe kinní kan. Ọ̀nà nìyẹn láti invite ológun Ọlọ́run àjọ̀nù sí wa, tí ìjọba nìyẹn àti tàwa Yorùbá. Fúlàní tó wá ń dà wá láàmú yìí, mo sọ fún wa lánàá pé wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ní èròǹgbà, wọ́n ní tó wà lẹ́mìí wọn tó fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ń tó ń ṣe. Àṣírí fídíò kan tú, wọ́n interview expatriate kan tó mọ in and out, inside out tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Fúlàní outreach tó wà ń tà yìí. Bàbá yẹn jẹ́ kó yé wa pé there's one grain tí wọ́n fẹ́ tà táwọn westerners yẹn, àwọn òyìnbó tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ gàba lé lórí. As a matter of fact, bàbá yẹn jẹ́ kó yé wa pé àwọn ni wọ́n dè àwọn Fúlàní sáwọn àgbẹ̀ kán lọ destroy gbogbo àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa because of that crops. Mo wo fídíò yẹn, àwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ ti share fún mi pa. Ẹnìkan tún pè mí lánàá pé bàbá gbàgede bí ìrí nínú program yìí, a ní kẹ́ bá wà lò, màá lò, màá ní kán gbé sínsìn káwa náà jọ wò ká jọ gbọ́. Part 2 ètò yìí nìyẹn fún àwa tá a máa ń ṣe support Fúlàní, ọ àwa tá a ń rí wa pé àwa tá a sọ̀rọ̀ Fúlàní o, àwọn tó ń rí wa bíi pé wèrè ni wa, bí ẹni bá dà lóru. Àwọn tó ń rí Fúlàní bẹ́ẹ̀ pé wọn ò ṣe anything tí ò dá Nàìjíríà, they did more than enough. Ebi ń pa wá tá a sọ yìí, mo fọlọ́ ọ̀bà búra, ẹbí ò yẹ mi ò gbò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ mi pé Fúlàní caused it. It wasn't as bad as this before. Yes, government policy now contribute to, but the root and the source of this problem start from when our farmers are discouraged from going to farm. Àwọn tí wọ́n dá consequence tí wọ́n fagídí lọ, a ní tí wọ́n fi màálù ṣe fún nǹkan tán gbìn. Ìgbà wo nìyàn ni mú nílùú? That is what I'm trying to say. Bàbá yẹn tú àṣírí yẹn ga jù. Mo fẹ́ ká jọ lọ gbọ́.
The planned genocide is restricted to Nigeria. But one has to understand, why do they need to kill the doctors? They kill the farmers because they wanted to make sure they eliminate all the seed growers in the country. So when they eliminate the seed growers, the natural seeds will never be available again. And how they did that was very simple. What they did was that they just gave 14 million cell phones to all Nigerian farmers, so they could track those people who were being paid for seeds. So when other farmers go to them, they go to buy seeds, and then they know that this person was being paid for seeds, so he's the one selling the seeds. So they now use the GPS coordinates on these so-called electronic wallets, which are just cell phones, to target all of them and eliminate them. When you eliminate the natural seed growers, there will be no other alternative to the GMO, genetically modified organisms, foods and seeds. So they brought these seeds as improved seeds. The other farmers, they drove them into IDP camps and came to these IDP camps under the different NGOs and international agencies and presented these GMO seeds. So the farmers will now leave, they will temporarily halt their military activities in those areas, so the farmers will go and resettle. When they resettle, they start planting the GMO seeds. Once you plant the GMO seeds that first time, that first seed you get from that your maize, if you eat it, that will be the last you are going to eat. Because if you take the seed from that GMO corn and plant it, it will not grow. The gene that allows replication has been switched off. So you have to go back to the person who produced the initial seed. That is, in this case in Nigeria, it will be Monsanto. They will now use them to reproduce these seeds. So these seeds are what actually makes the agricultural produce to move on. So they are using this technique to eliminate all the natural seed growers. And then when the remaining farmers don't have any other place to get seeds than to go to them, to go to them for that. Now, where do the doctors come in? The doctors come in the fact that when they capture the food security, which they actually have done now, because most of the seed growers have been killed. Just to give you an example, between 2015 and 2018, 37,500 victims were killed by Boko Haram. These were farmers. Then of these 37,500, 32,000, that's 85%, were Muslims. 5,500 were Christians. And in states like Zamfara, 60% of the victims were Hausa, 40% were Fulani. So it became clear that this has nothing to do with Islamic terrorism. It has to do with elimination of all the seed growers. Now they have eliminated the seed growers. Now they're moving into the second phase of their program. Now, when the farmers go to them, we now depend exclusively on the GMOs.
So you mean we now depend on GMOs right now?
Exactly. Because without the GMOs, you cannot really get seeds, unless we are getting seeds from different African countries and some places. Some places in the south, especially southwest, and some parts of southeast, we can still get our own seeds because the Boko Haram have not really been infiltrated them. But they are trying to do that. So what is happening now is that they want to move into the next phase. The next phase is whereby they will have total monopoly of the seeds. And then they will tell the farmers, you want us to give you seed? Okay, we can give you seed, but on the premise that you must tell your wife and daughters to go and donate their ovarian eggs.
That's a conditional gift. No?
Conditional gift. Food. That is, if you want food, you have to donate ovarian eggs, the eggs of women. And why do they have to do that? They have to do that because the Western countries need these ovarian eggs for cloning. Nigeria is the only country in the world and in the history of the world which has legalized collection of organs without consent. So your organ, which you own, which is your person, if you go to the hospital, they can collect that organ without your consent, because it states in the National Health Act of 2014 and 2015, actually signed in 2015, states that you can actually collect that organ without consent. In section 48 and 51 of the National Health Act 2014 version of it, actually states that you can collect that organ without consent. You can collect organ and you can collect the gametes, that is the eggs of women, without consent of the patient.
That's very dangerous.
That's very dangerous, but it was allowed into law. I personally led the doctors' delegation in the National Assembly hearing, at the Senate hearing, and pointed this out before Ike Ekweremadu, before Governor, the main proponent of the law, who was Ifeanyi Okowa, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa then. And then, of course, Senator Ngige then was also present at that public hearing. I pointed this out, that you cannot do this under any law. But they overruled the public hearing, and Senator Ekweremadu, who was the person who was conducting the public hearing, did not heed to all the calls by all the people present. And what happened? They passed the law with this defect. So all the people who are waiting to harvest organs, harvest eggs, are all in Nigeria. They are setting up their different NGOs. Can you explain why there is a multiplicity of NGOs in the Northeast where there is a conflict going on?
So what I want to ask now, I mean, why is Bill Gates focused on Nigerian doctors?
Yes.
Can you address that?
He's focused on Nigerian doctors because he now wants to harvest these eggs, and doctors are the people going to harvest these eggs. These are going to be in hospitals, but Nigerian doctors, he knows, because of our high moral standard, and I must say very high moral standard, our doctors will not do that, because our doctors know that if you keep on harvesting those eggs in those women 2 to 3 years later they will die. They will die of liver failure, kidney failure, infections, some other complications. So we know that that's going to happen. So we're not going to do that. And when he called us, and I must say, I was physically present when Bill Gates called us through the General Electric, who he awarded the contract to build 260 hospitals in Nigeria, so that it will be at his hospitals they will be harvesting these organs and harvesting these eggs. So he will now take us out of the health sector. He invited the leaders in the private health sector and said, okay, look, I'm ready to offer you money to leave the healthcare sector. We told him before the executives of GE that he is mad and insane to demand such a thing.
To leave medical practice.
That we should leave medical practice, and then he will pay us, no matter the amount of dollars we ask for. So we said, you are mad. We are not going to do that, and to hell with you.
Is that really?
We told him off before the executives of, I was personally present. The lab people, the president and secretaries of the lab, National Organization of the Laboratory Scientists was there. The president and secretary of the community pharmacists was there. And we told him to his face, to his presence, because they were talking on, it was a telecom conference, and then the executives of General Electric were there at their headquarters in Abuja. So we told him off that you cannot do that, even with all your money and all your thing, is not going to be possible. Now, since we rejected that offer, he has moved to his second option. Eliminate, kill all these doctors, and then take over the health care. And he told us they have already taken off the whole government hospitals. They bought the federal medical centers, they bought the university teaching hospitals. So what is remaining now is for us to get out of business so he can carry out. So these hospitals will become places where foreigners can get organs. It will become places where he will harvest the ovarian eggs, and it will become a killing house for ordinary Nigerians. This is why this is dangerous, and this is why this country must, not just to stop it, not just to ban GMOs, we must call for an international inquiry in which Bill Gates will be brought before the courts of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice. We must bring it the same way Nuremberg trial was done during the Nazi Germany.
Now, are our security agencies aware of this thing that is playing out?
Yes, we have actually written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's the chief security officer of the country. And of course, all the other agencies, both police, army, and all the also have our submission to the president. And the National Assembly has been well informed, the senators, and then the House members have been informed about this. But it will not be something that will be handled by government alone. The Nigerian people must stand out. Bill Gates wants to set up these killing houses in Nigeria called his hospitals. We know that firsthand because there is no way he can invest all this money he can carry out all these programs only for Nigerians to get better health. No, this is a killing house. Do you know that the Western countries did this for over 20 years in India and Southeast countries? The same type of thing, in a way that they use the lower caste people, the black people of India.
Okay.
And they use them to put out, to take organs, sell organs in all across Southeast Asia. And this happened for 20 good years until a black Indian became the Minister of Health and stopped this activity a few years ago. Now we will not let that happen in this country. We must call for the arrest of Bill Gates and all his cronies in this country. All of them. All the NGOs he's using, and all the individuals that are helping him to carry out this program. The Nigerian people must take that responsibility. It's not a responsibility government alone can. The government can't. The government can. The government of Nigeria cannot do this on their own. So it will mean the Nigerian people, the Nigerian youth, because these slaughterhouses will be the first people to be targeted are the Nigerian youth. We must say no to Bill Gates totality. And he has he is the one manipulating the whole public. You know, we immediately started talking about this. All of a sudden, the children in Kaduna were kidnapped.
Yeah.
Just to divert the attention of the people and say, and then portray the government as is incapable of defending the Nigerian people. By the time we talked about this, all of a sudden now, oh no, there's some obscure imam is now talking about the first lady.
Okay.
These are all diversionary tactics. It is the same Bill Gates. He should be brought to justice in Nigeria. We're not going to wait for America. We are going to issue the indictments in Nigeria and call him to answer it. And if he does not answer it, anywhere we see him in the federal government, we will arrest him and bring him to justice. This nonsense must stop. Because somebody is a billionaire, and so what? He's dictating vaccines, he's dictating policies, he is appointing ministers, he is carrying out food policy in Nigeria, he is carrying out health policy in Nigeria. Who is this man?
What do we need to do to contain this calamity?
Now, the first thing we are going to do,
yes,
as a people,
yes,
we ban GMOs. Okay. Anywhere you see any GMO, don't eat it, don't breathe it, if possible, get it destroyed. Any GMO that comes your way, they bring it to you for you to eat. You know that it's a GMO product, throw it away. Because you're not eating any food. Food nourishes. Toxins will only kill you. Sooner or later, you will be dead of cancer or any other thing. So why eat it? It's no food. Yeah. So the thing is, you get involved and make sure that your food is not GMO. And then we also discourage everybody around us about GMOs. We don't need them. They said, can you imagine when you say, okay, we are using it to solve the weevils, you know, the insects you see in beans. So those weevils, you can use genetic material, method to actually protect the beans from that. Okay, wait a minute. Do you know we do that? We have been doing that for thousands of years. With 20 naira, 50 naira dry pepper. Yeah. You put it inside that bag, there will be no weevil there. So you are going to run to some genetic material where they will, when they put that genetic alteration, they will also alter the gene for reproduction. They put epicide, Monsanto epicide gene. If you eat that beans, you will not reproduce.
It sterilizes.
Sterilizes you automatically. Yeah. So there is no more procreation in Nigeria. We will extinct our population. And the people are coming here to take over this land. This is the plan. And it is very discouraging that you see people who say they have attended school and they can't even make out 1 + 1. It makes no sense. How can Bill Gates come to this country, take away our whole natural food we have used for thousands of years? Where did you get the experience that your GMO will work? Even the U.S. the Department of Agriculture is telling you GMO does not increase productivity of anything.
Even there in the so-called civilized, they reject it.
Yes, Britain, but Prince Charles is heading the campaign to stop GMOs in Britain. Oh, they don't know what they are doing there. Oh, the whole of Europeans, the Germans, the French, the Russians, the Italians, the Hungarians went every field of the GMO and bumped it down. The Russian president, if you actually are caught distributing GMO in Russia, you will go to 25 years imprisonment to life imprisonment. And if there is contamination of 1% with GMO gene, that means somebody some 10 miles away planted something that is GMO, and the insects got in touch with your own plant. That's contamination of 1%. You cannot export into the European Union. You cannot export into most of the countries. So that means the GMO food can never earn you any foreign currency.
Okay.
So what sense does it make?
Are Nigerian doctors aware of this development?
Yeah, we are briefing people, through both individual, through platforms, through different methods, making sure that people realize the danger. A lot of Nigerian doctors are aware, and they are taking the necessary personal precautions, which I cannot reveal here, which is necessary for them. But more importantly, we want a more proactive way. So we inform other people. Because if people know of this and reject all the nonsensical things from Bill Gates, not one thing Bill Gates has done in this country that is useful. None. Including his involvement in the so-called prevention of this disease or that disease. Rubbish things that don't even make medical sense. So we must reject and kick him out of this country with all his organizations and parastatals that he's supporting. And until this country does that, this country will never come to life. It's not possible. All these are problems, both economic. He uses the economic. He will use the World Bank. He will use the IMF to put pressure on Nigeria. The youth of Nigeria must take on the campaign to throw this guy out with all his organizations and all those people working for him in this country, throw them out of this country so that we can have some life. You see what the Malians have done. See what all the Nigerians have done. See what all the Burkina Faso people have done. This is the country also. Niger Republic today is the fourth fastest growing economy. We don't have to do any coup. We still follow our democratic process. We still follow our governance structure. But
BGI TV yìí mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ, tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. BGI TV mo fẹ́ máa wò, ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ ti ń gbèsè mo fẹ́ gbọ́, ètò lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wà lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan, ìròyìn tó kojú òṣùwọ̀n àtàwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àgbọ́ fi kọ́gbọ́n, eré wọlé fún tẹ̀rù tọmọ, tèwe tàgbà ẹ má fi para. Àdànà kú kọjá mórí nǹkan fèrè, bàbá rere káwí parí. BGI TV, we are the pace setters. Bàbá gbàgede ìmọ̀ tẹlifíṣọ̀n station tí dòde.